If you want to get rich really fast in Train for UGC, here is some codes that will give you a really good head start. There is a lot of codes that you can claim in this game, and you can get 3.9 million time and 1.5k points just using these codes, and a ton of spins over here. I have almost 900 spins. So let's get right into the codes. You do not get a lot of time if you are just sitting here in training and waiting for these timers and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys some codes so you can get a bunch of time and give you a really good head start on getting these UGCs in the UGC store. These are free UGCs, but you do have to spend a lot of time in this game to get anywhere close to 16 or 15 or 14 million. Even the wins one is pretty hard to get. So here are some codes. First, to claim these codes, you gotta go over here to codes, and you can type them in right here. It shows you where you can find the codes, but I'm going to show you guys all of them right now so you can get these UGCs easily. The first one I recommend is the one in the description. It is 300 meow. You'll get 300k points, so I would recommend that one first. If you type in a code and it says code expired, that means it is expired. And also, if you don't type it in right, it will say code invalid, so make sure you are typing these in right. You also have to capitalize them too, otherwise it will also say invalid. There's another one, cotton candy. This one also gives you another 300k points. And then you also have vacay, which will give you some wins. And there's so many more, so let's just go through them. You got meow for 300k points. Nico for some spins. The spins are awesome. You're going to get a lot of spins, so you'll get a lot more points and wins with all these spins. Then you have headphones, which will give you some points. Blue boy, which will give you more points. And fluff will give you some wins. Delight will give you some more points, and pink crown will give you 300 wins. Starry will give you 200k points, and new face will give you some wins. Blonde will also give you a bunch of points. Flowy will also give you points, and pink fade will give you 100 wins. Dominus will give you 300k points, and X2 event will give you some wins. Bonus will give you a bunch of points, and light mask will give you some spins. We're already at 300 spins, which is amazing. Makeup will give you some more points, and dazed will give you 100 wins. New Year's will also give you a bunch of points, and it will give you some wins. 300 wins will give you 300 wins. And pink horns will give you 100 wheel spins. Xmas will give you a bunch of points. And boy hair will give you 50 spins. Holidays will give you a bunch of points too. And snow will give you 50 spins. And wheel now will give you some spins. Black will give you 50 spins. Bat will give you 50 spins. Sunday will give you some points. New spins will give you some spins. Spin 35 will give you 35 spins. Kitty will give you 50 spins. Warmers will give you some spins. Wheel 25 will give you some spins. Mermaid will give you 100 wins. Events will give you 100 wins. Big wins will give you 100 wins. Okay, and I think that's all of the codes. There is a lot of codes though. There you guys go. Hopefully that'll give you a good head start. It almost got us 4 million time, and it got us 1.5k wins. And we got a bunch of spins over here. But once you've redeemed all of these codes, I would recommend using all of these spins. You can turn on auto spin, but you do have to join the group to unlock. And I would just sit here and spin these for a while. I do recommend joining the group because auto spin makes things much easier. But if you turn auto spin on, you can just sit here and let it spin for itself. Since you have like 900 spins, it's going to take a while to get through all of these spins. But as you can see, you have a chance to land on points, wins, even a free face and a pet. So this will give you a really good head start, especially if you are a newer player. You'll get some pets, so you won't have to worry about spending your time on pets. I would recommend just getting them from the wheel. You will probably get a couple of these pets with this many spins. I don't know about the 1k wins. 1k wins would be very helpful in getting the horns, and the face is very unlikely too, so it's just based on luck. But at least you can get a lot of points and wins with these mini spins. So this should give you a really good head start, since it does take a very long time to get close to these UGCs. If you didn't claim any of these codes, it would probably take you months to try and get these UGC, probably about a month to get these UGCs if you were playing this game all the time. Someone in my comments did say it did take a month to grind for these UGCs, so it does take a very long time, but these codes give you a really good head start. But it did get me a little bit closer on this account to getting these free UGCs. On my main account though, I used all of these codes, and this is how far I've gotten in about a week or two. So I'm actually getting really close to these free UGCs, and even closer to the pink horns. If these horns don't run out, I think I might be able to get these horns. So this game does give you free UGCs and stuff. It just takes a while, but hopefully with these codes, it will get you a little closer to these UGCs. I recommend claiming all of them. It is super helpful. There is a lot of active codes in these games. Luckily, if you have any more codes, you can leave them down below in the comments if I missed any. I also did a video about this game, so if you need any help trying to figure out how to get more wins and more time, I'll have a video linked down below and in the card if you are a beginner at this game. But in just a week, I did get halfway to a UGC. I'm saving up for the flowy pigtails, and when I can get them, I will do a video about it. I hope in about a week or two I can get these pigtails, but with these codes I think it will cut my time in half. So instead of a whole month, it should only take me a few weeks. So again, these codes are super helpful. Luckily, there is a lot of active codes in this game that help you out a lot when trying to get these UGCs, since you don't get a lot of points just sitting there and playing the game. Codes give you a really good boost. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully got you a little closer to getting the UGCs, maybe even getting one if you already had a bunch of points. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!